Ross Pierschbacher, the former Alabama Crimson Tide offensive lineman, where he won two national championships during his time here in Tuscaloosa, and the current Detroit Lion, joins the podcast today. Ross, how many times do you wear your two national championship rings?
I don't know if I ever have, besides when we got them. Not a flashy guy, so they stay at home in a safe place.
So what's it like to come back to Tuscaloosa? You've been a few years out of the program now. What's it like to come back and watch it from a different perspective, from the stands, or, just as a fan?
Well, honestly, I've only been back once since leaving campus. It was, I want to say, the 2019. I think it was my rookie year when Joe Burrow came into town. Ended up beating Tua, and so that was really my only time back. But it was surreal. It was such a different feeling. I think that was my first experience, like being able to tailgate and do that whole thing. So it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to being back. I know I just talked to some guys that were back for the 10-year anniversary, and I'm looking forward to the 10-year. We're gonna have to do it big. We're gonna rent a house or something, and I'll hang out and enjoy it when the 2015 team comes back. So I'm excited.
No doubt. So you're from Iowa, and you were actually committed to the Hawkeyes, and then Coach Saban called you. You kind of put Alabama on your list. You came and checked it out. You ended up committing here because you couldn't pass up on, the chance to play for Saban and for national championships. And speaking of national championships, you played in one that's one of the more memorable ones in recent history, the second and 26. Man, take me back to that experience. What was that game like? What was that throw like? Talk to me about that.
Oh man, that was unbelievable. Just all the moving parts, with Jalen being benched at halftime and just witnessing that, and we weren't really sure what was going on. It was Saban had pulled them both aside, and we were just sitting there as an offense, just kind of talking to each other, let's pick it up, whatnot. And then I don't even know. I don't think anything was said, but it was kind of assumed. And then we went out there and we were just clicking and rolling. And I remember that first down, or the first down play, we gave up a sack on the left side, and me and Leatherwood, I think Jonah Williams had gotten hurt. And me and Leatherwood, I think they ran a stunt or something, and we called the exact same play on the second and 26. And I was just thinking, I was like, please God, I think I would get crucified in the state of Alabama if we give up a sack again. And we had good blocking up front. Ball sails. I'm just, kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. And I was like, who's that going to? There's no way. And then Schmitty comes running underneath, and I just took off. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just started running. Don't know where I was going, but ended up finding Bozeman and JC, and we just hugged each other, and it's on, you're on top of the world. So
I'm sure you noticed during your time at Alabama that, you can't be complacent. You've got a 5-star that you're backing up, and then you may have a 4-star that's backing up you. What did you learn from going against, the best guys in practice, and how much did that make, games easier for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was tough at the time, but we knew in practice that if we could score on our defense, if the play worked on our defense, that come game time, it was going to be pretty money. So that was pretty cool. And like you said, the game was so much slower than practice. Throughout the years, you look at the D lines that we were going up against with our 15, 16, 17 teams, it was nuts. So there was first rounders all over. So it made us better. It wasn't easy, it was a battle every day. So we had to bring it, but that's what the NFL is like, so that's why Alabama is who they are.
When you guys, when you were a veteran on the team and you guys would bring in a big 5-star recruit, how did you guys as offensive line collectively kind of show this guy, all right, this is how we do things, kind of keep him in check, not let him get overconfident, that kind of thing?
Well, we always say there's kind of that one moment in that first semester on campus, you can tell who thinks they're kind of hot stuff and whatnot. And it takes everyone about a semester to realize, okay, everyone on this entire team is really good. And, so that first semester, we always say that guys kind of get shaken a little bit. And then there's always one play too. I remember in practice, like where you hit someone on defense for an O lineman, you're like, all right, we're not in high school anymore. This is a little different. So there's a wake up call for sure. Some guys it takes a little bit longer. Some guys come in and kind of know their place. And but as an older guy, you just try to kind of show them the ropes and leave the room in a good place. So when you're leaving campus, it's in good hands. So hopefully we did that.
kind of flipping the question, who was that guy that kind of took you under his wing when you first got to campus?
I would say Ryan Kelly. He was my locker was right next to him. He was 70, I was 71. So just talking with him, he was kind of that quiet leader, but he commanded the room too, being a center. Everyone had great respect for him. He was a true professional basically in college. So he was a good guy to look up to for sure.
Ross, what was the biggest thing that you learned from your time at Alabama and from Coach Saban that's benefited you throughout your career into the NFL?
Oh, shoot. There's a lot of things, man. He always said, be where your feet are. And that's true. It's like everyone wants to worry about the future and whatnot and what's going to happen. Or I think there's so many things that, he would say, and control what you could control as well was a big one for me. In the game of football and the NFL, we were talking earlier, there's just politics kind of in every part of your life. But there's a lot in the NFL and the game of football. So control what you can control. I can only go out there and practice as well as I can, and kind of whatever happens from there, just whether it be fair or not, just keep moving forward and keep doing what you can do. So
you were selected in the 5th round by the Washington Football Commanderskins in 2019. And then you spent some time with the Eagles. You spent some time in New York with the Jets, and now you're a Detroit Lion. What was your welcome to NFL moment?
Oh, man. I'm trying to think. A welcome to the NFL moment. I think I was pulling on my rookie year. I was pulling on a gap scheme play, hit the defensive end. I was seeing stars for probably a good 5 minutes. And
who was the defensive end?
It was actually Ryan Anderson. So it was kind of funny. We were, back in the day, there was which was nice. When I got drafted to Washington, there was 10 Bama guys on there. So I knew quite a few faces, familiar faces in the locker room, which was nice. But Rhino, he laid one on me again. I think he probably did a couple times in college as well. So that was all right, yeah, he's still here, and these dudes are real. So that was my welcome to the NFL moment, as well as just the fining system of the, that they didn't have that in college, but you could fine for anything. If you get beaten, do a little hand clap or something, that's a fine. If you fall on the ground, that's a fine. There's a lot of different things, little hazing stuff. So
speaking of fines, what do you think about the roughing the passer situation?
I don't know what they want those guys to do. As an O lineman, of course, you want to protect the quarterback, and that's our job. But it feels like it's taken away from the game a little bit. It's like you're a 300-pound D lineman who's barreling down trying to get to the quarterback, and that's what you're paid to do. And then, it's either you want them to not land on them, so you want them to roll, right? But then if you roll and throw them too hard, that's a penalty too. It's I don't know what you want them to do. So
oh yeah, I know all about the roll, man. I'm a Falcons fan, so last week had me pretty hot with the Grady Jarrett situation.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he did exactly what I thought they were supposed to do, the roll and throw. But I don't know if with it being Tom Brady, if it's a little different situation there. But I think that's wrong, and they need to evaluate that and kind of just be consistent with it. Let the guys know what they need to do. It's it's so much gray area right now that it's tough to play D-line.
That's it's pretty ironic that your welcome to Alabama moment, welcome to NFL moment was an Alabama player. And speaking of that, you've kind of gotten the chance to reunite with some of your old teammates, Jalen Hurts there in Philly. You're reunited maybe with a guy that you didn't play with, but still an Alabama guy, Jameson Williams there in Detroit. What's the brotherhood like in the NFL among all the Bama guys?
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Seems like each week that we play someone, you go there and you look across the sidelines even and just see guys and talk to them before the game, after the game. And we'll always be brotherhood, just kind of have that respect for each other, even if we don't keep in great contact. But it was cool just when you go to different teams, being welcomed by those guys right away and just catching up. And so right now, you said Jameson Williams, then Savion Smith and Isaiah Buggs. So it's nice to have people to talk crap to as well on Saturdays. Everyone's placing bets in the locker room and whatnot and just talking smack. So to be able to have guys back you up, power in numbers, it's pretty fun. So
was there any trash talk this week in the locker room among the Bama Tennessee guys?
We were actually on a bye week. We had a bye week. So thankfully we were not in the locker room, but I heard about it today. I got in the locker room and everyone's just, they like smile at me. They're like, well, what happened? I'm like, dude, don't even, like, what do you want me to say? So everyone prays on our downfall, but I guess that's why, it's part of being an Alabama guy. So
yeah, I mean, someone beats us and they storm the field, we beat them, and it's just another day.
Yeah, they're freaking throwing the field goal posts in the river or whatever, and it's like, all right. But that's what sets us apart. So that's what makes Alabama special.
One of my buddies that's a manager, I was asking him what that was like when they stormed the field and getting all the equipment off and stuff. He said they just grabbed what they could and just took off.
I'm sure. I mean, shoot, every blind squirrel finds a nut now. I mean, 16 years that it took. So it's good for the rivalry. Keep it going. So it was so one-sided for so long, but it sucks obviously, but shoot, I mean, the team still controls their own destiny, and the 2 championships that we won, we lost one regular season game each time. So hopefully, go back to the film room, learn, get a little chip on their shoulder, and just come out ready to roll.
Well, Ross, man, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man. This is fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you having me on and just chatting ball. So hopefully, the title still roll. I got a good feeling about it. They got the pieces in place, so they'll clean it up. And I mean, shoot, Saban's still Saban, so
oh yeah,
we'll be all right.
We'll be all right. Well, good luck this weekend. Roll Tide.
All right, roll Tide. Appreciate it, man.